want her to tell us about her book and what it's all about. And I can tell them you have written, your co-author is your daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, Oluyomi Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So this is the book that they have written, Walk With Me, A Journey Through Life Hardship and Joy. So can you please tell us a little bit about this book and what brought it for you guys, for you ladies to decide to write it?
Right. Okay. So in my work as a therapist, people have asked me, what is the secret to a good, healthy marriage?
Yes.
And people have said, oh yeah, communication, yeah, that's fine. Conflict resolution, yeah,
Yes.
it's good.
Yes.
However, I saw this this post, which I believe so strongly, and it says, the most important thing in the marriage that will make your marriage healthier is deal with your stuff. Deal with the childhood unresolved issues.
Yes.
Deal with the issues that have been eating you up since you were a child.
Yes.
Deal with those things.
Yes.
Address them.
Yes.
Because if you don't address them, they will come out in the marriage so much, so badly, that you will be like, where did that come from? There are some things that you have kept in there that maybe you don't even know that it's still there. And you're acting it out. And you're wondering, why am I behaving this way? This person has been so good to me. Why am I doing this to them in this area of our lives in our marriage, right?
Yeah. Dear friends, welcome to Upya TV. We are so glad that you are here. And today I welcome you here with my special guest. She is a woman of God. She's a psychotherapist and a marriage counselor, and also a founder of a charity organization, Hope Alive. She has worked with many families, both abroad, meaning Africa, Europe, USA, Canada, all over the world. At the same time, you can reach her through through many social media channels that we are going to give it to you. I know this will be useful for you later, so hang in there. Today we are going to talk about marriage and things that are challenging our marriages today and our families today. Things that are making marriages work and things that are making marriages die. So stay tuned. Welcome, Yinka Marcus.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So good to be here. I'm so excited to see what will come out of this today.
Yes.
As much as we want to talk about it,
Yes.
we will also hope that people who are watching will get something from it.
Yes. Yeah, we welcome you and we thank you so much for volunteering to come here and just encourage those people who are struggling, or even those people whose marriage is good and they just want to keep the fire burning, because we know we are in desperate times.
Right.
Many marriages are just dying. You see family doing well, before you know it, they are heading for divorce. There is separation. There's many things happening. And that's why we asked you to come here today. So at least somebody, we can hear from an expert. So there is a question that I have heard many people talking about, and I have to ask you: is marriage a scam?
Is marriage a scam? Oh, first of all, I just want to thank you for what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been doing this for many years now, and I believe that people have been watching you and they have gained a lot from what you've been giving and the guests that you have been bringing. Thank you for your heart for people. I really appreciate that. And I know that a lot of people out there also appreciate you. Okay, so yeah, and the second thing I want to mention is that I'm a professional counselor, like a psychotherapist, and I have seen quite a lot of people. I've been doing this for like 15, 20 years, and it's been a journey. even for myself, to learn a lot from the people, because their stories, their issues, the things that they bring to the table, to the counseling office, is like things I learned from as well. So it's not about, me as a counselor telling them, okay, do this, do that, but it's we collaborate together and we learn a lot together. They teach me, I teach them, and I like that phrase, you teach people how to treat you. And so they help me to help them, and also vice versa. So in my work, my focus is usually on collaboration, where we are talking together, we are thinking together, and we are bringing things together to the table, and also they will have a lot to do. And what I offer is just the skills that I've learned in my experience and in the experiences of other people, and also as someone who went to school for this, I have quite a lot of skills that I can impart to people. So so it's I just wanted to mention that, because it's important for people to know that counseling or therapy is not just, it's not just for people who have it really bad. It also helps to grow people and to help them in their day-to-day lives as well. And I am not like a specialist in marriage, family and marriage counseling, because there are people who specialize in that. But I know that I have a heart for marriages and family. My heart is for families to stay together. And so I've done quite a lot of studies on that, and so I've been able to help quite a lot of people out there. So just to mention that.
And here we are.
Thank you. So back to your question. Is marriage a scam? Can we talk just a little bit about our faith first? Okay, so we are Christians. I know that a lot of people are not, but we all share the same. We have a common thing that we share, that love is the commonality between us. Whether you're a Christian or not, everybody wants love. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody needs love. And so when love is the main thing that we look for, whether it's in marriage or in families or in other relationships, we want to feel loved. The need to feel loved is very key in any relationship. So for me, with that's what I've just explained. Marriage cannot be a scam. Because it's two people loving each other. Love is never a scam or anything about scam. But when it comes to marriage, it's two people coming together to love each other and to do life together. Because we're not created to be individualistic and just be on your own. Just not to take too long. There's one movie that I watched one time. The guy just thought he wanted to live on his own and be on his own and all that. So he went into this secluded place, and he lived there for many years. And at one point he knew that he couldn't live alone. And by that time he was getting sick. And he was getting sicker, nobody to hug him, nobody to hold him. He was thinking about his past life with people where he wanted to be held, where he was held and he was loved, and he had community, he had family, and he craved that so much in that secluded place where he was. And then at that point too, he had a girlfriend who really loved him, and he said after this project he will return, if just to test it. So that shows that there's no scam in this relationship at all.
There's no scam. I think it's because the way it's people are asking that or saying that most of the time these days. You can understand people are starting this journey together, like a married couple, my husband and wife, and they spend so much money. Some people take loans, some people
To
take
get married.
inheritance, some people get funds from friends, and so they start this marriage with so much debt and so much expectations. And once they get there, some people get divorced before even they are 2 years down the line. Before even I heard of this case, a couple spent $1 million and they got married and they got divorced before the pictures were printed from the wedding. So people are thinking it's for show off. They just want to show the big cars, the big wedding, the extravagant, but then they forget there's more to marriage than the wedding. The wedding, marriage starts after the wedding. So in that case, what would you say for those people's expectation is what they see in the social media, and that big wedding is what they want, but to do the work, they don't want to do the work?
Oh, wow. Whew. That's interesting point there. Yes, I know that a lot of people do huge big weddings just to show off. In that it's it's a matter of, you know, having people understand what marriage really is, right? And that's why it's very important to have marriage premarital counseling, because premarital counseling will show people what it is to be married. I mean, it depends on the motive. If you have a motive just to spend money and be or to compare your own wedding day to somebody else's, and that wouldn't, that's not marriage. That's just you throwing a party for people, right? And so comparing and trying to be really extravagant about things is nothing compared to the work that needs to be put into marriage. So premarital counseling will really help you to be ready for what you will be expecting, because these are two people from two different backgrounds, two different personalities, two different everything, coming together under one roof and thinking that, oh yeah, we're just going to scale through it. A lot of times it doesn't work that way. It's the work that you need to put into it. So premarital counseling will help you to actually know what you're getting into, and all the expectations that you have, maybe that you will be disappointed about, you know, when you're married, when you start the marriage, you will know how to deal with those.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's good advice.
Yeah, all that party
Take
thing
time.
is really not the marriage itself.
Yes, that's just for a day. Then the real work starts. So, and also to my next question. So some people see people like young couples, they see we are going to address you young couple. It's nothing against, but we know even older marriages are struggling. People have been married 20-30 years and you see them getting divorced. But if you catch this these signs beforehand, or you get to know what to avoid or what to do now, maybe it might help. And that's why we have Yinka here to advise us on that. So it's some people say they see how marriages have been in the past and they're like, no, I can't do that. And they run for that divorce. Is it because they're thinking maybe perhaps the person who they got married with, it's love in the first sight, and then there's that what goosebumps, you know, like the romance and all that, and then in the real life comes, they have to work, they have kids, they have to do all that, and then there's also the in-laws, there's friends, there's influences and all this. And most people, when they see that big picture, they're like, no, this is not for me. And then if they see someone else who is seeing the big picture and they're still there, they think this person is just persevering through these problems. And now my question is perseverance part of keeping marriage alive?
Okay. Perseverance, we have to define what that is, right? Because when you persevere through something, that's just saying that you are able to look at two things or from two different angles, and you're able to articulate what's the best place to be or to go with it. Perseverance is not allowing yourself to be beaten, not physically, even with words or whatever. It's not about if you're being abused and you stay there. Perseverance is not about when you're feeling something like in your emotions, you know, when somebody is treating you badly and you're just staying there and not doing anything. Perseverance really is dealing with the issue that you are experiencing and finding solutions to them. Because a lot of people come and they talk about, I'm just persevering. No, you are enabling abuse, or you are enabling somebody else, whoever the spouse is, that you think you're persevering through your marriage. Perseverance is great, and it's what we need, but we need to really make sure that the definition is right. Otherwise, we'll think it's something else, and it isn't. Right?
Okay, so perseverance is to know that you cannot accept what is right, like
What is
abuse, what is wrong, sorry, like abuse and mistreatment. You cannot accept that. But daily life challenges in marriage, even when the flames of romance have cooled down, is still valid. Yeah, so you can persevere through that.
Yes, you can persevere when you are looking for solutions, when you recognize, you identify what is wrong, and you are able to find something that you can do about it.
Okay.
And then you do it, because it's not just finding out or identifying something or recognizing something, but to actually practice it.
Yes.
And make it work for yourself and for your spouse.
Yes. And coming back, so finding out what are the ways that you would suggest if somebody finds out what is eating their marriage, for example. Let's say there is addiction in the family. Okay, let's say there's it could be gambling, it could be alcohol, it could be many things that are facing families today, and if somebody finds this out, what kind of steps would you suggest they take? Because this is where also that perseverance comes to play, or maybe even cheating in their marriage, things like that.
Right. Okay. So with that, if there's all of that, like even one addiction, for instance, or even like depression. Depression can break a marriage if one person is depressed all the time, and they have so much in need, right, of the other person emotionally. It can drain the other person, and they could get a divorce or separation for that, because the other one person can't persevere through it, right? So it's what are they doing about it? How is this person also doing something about what the addiction is? If it's a drug addiction or alcohol or whatever it is, substance abuse or whatever, they need to at least be able to do something about it, because addiction, it breaks marriages, it ruins your own person and your own life. For instance, it could affect your job, it affects you financially, it affects your mind, your brain, all of that. And so it's important for that person to know how this thing is impacting them as a person, and it's impacting their relationship. So if they are able to see that, how it is, and that's also the part of perseverance, is for the other person to be able to tell the person that, see, to help them see how it's affecting their life, or their marriages, or their relationship with their children, or whatever, right? And so, I mean, there are many people whose spouses have been in addiction, and they're able to stay with them and help out and all of that. And there are people who are unable to do that. So you just got to know yourself, know what you are able to do to accommodate, because it's hard. It's a very hard situation to be in. But then again, there are resources out there for people to go to. There are Alcohol Anonymous, AA, and they're very helpful in helping the person who's addicted, and their families as well. So resources are everywhere, and so they need to avail themselves in those resources as well. And the other thing is that the other spouse needs to know how to take care of themselves. I always talk about self-care. Self-care is not selfishness. It is taking care of yourself, taking care of your emotions, taking care of your mind, and trying to keep yourself sane as much as possible, even in the midst of it all. So no matter what it is, whether it's the depression or any mental illness, whatever it is, the other person needs to be able to take care of themselves. Self-care is very key. It could be just going away for some time, taking a break from the situation, or it doesn't mean that you have to go to Hawaii or something, or wherever. It's like, just go to a friend's house and stay for a day or two, relax, or it could be staying in the house and just breathing and reading something, doing something that you really like. And that will also be very helpful. When we talk about perseverance, that is part of it.
Okay, that's good. So finding resources and knowing your strength, and also taking a break and just having a different angle, and probably just that counseling, coming back, talk to somebody who can help you, not just anybody, because most of us, we go to church, you're telling all the church members, you're calling all your relatives, and then the problem still goes on. So finding the right information is crucial. Thank you so much for that. So we just want to keep you here and ask you.
I'll stay as long.
So this also, it's about couples who have been married or whatever, or newly married, or in the marriage for a long time, and it comes up a lot of time. You hear this question over and over again: can a married couple have best friend of the opposite sex?
Wow. Okay. That is is a very personal question for everyone. Everybody needs to answer that themselves. But on a personal level, and as a therapist, I always look at it this way: like, what is the benefit of the friend? What is the benefit of the opposite sex friend that a same-sex friend cannot give you? I mean, friendship is friendship, whether it doesn't matter the gender. However, if it's affecting your marriage, if, for instance, there are some husbands who are very, very jealous, that they can't stand that you have a male friend. It's like a no, right? However, you know, it's if it's causing problems, if it's causing issues, and he's always watching and he's very paranoid about it, I would say, well, I mean, they can be your friend. Well, how deep is this friendship? You know, and that's the second thing. How, is this a friend that is like a confidant that you're always going to with your issues? That could be a problem. That could even lead to some other things that you don't want them to lead to. For instance, it could lead to an affair. It usually does, because by the time they are consoling you and they're helping you, and because of the way God has made us, you know, the woman is always a nurturer. They want to nurture you and hold you, and you know, all of that. That hold can become something else. It can lead to something else.
Yes.
So how deep is it?
Yes.
So the first question is, what is the benefit that this person can give that a same-sex person cannot give you? Then you see from your friends, your same-sex friends, who can give you the same thing that he is giving you, and you go to that.
Okay.
And then the second thing is, how deep is it? If a same-sex, opposite sex friend is a confidant for you, you have to watch it. So it's a, you know, because everybody has different personalities in terms of, okay, you think that can never lead to anything for you? Maybe not. Maybe it can. But just know yourself and be sure that it won't lead to that, because we've seen it happen quite a lot of times, that it will lead to that. So, and then the third thing is, if it's causing problems in the marriage, if the husband is not happy about it, or the wife is not happy about it, I think nothing wrong in making sure there's boundary, or you kind of reduce the way you are being friends with that person. That would be my take to that.
Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, it's always, that is the best version I've ever had. That's the best answer I've had. Yeah, so because most of the time when people ask this question, it's like, oh, where is this person? Some people don't even ask. They see their spouses with the opposite sex. They're like, oh, I don't want to look insecure. I don't want to be seem like jealous or unsure about myself and all that. Maybe this person, they know each other from school or whatever. So, but then again, the time has moved on. If it was teenage relationship, it does not necessarily fit in family concept, I guess. Yeah, for some people. But yeah, anyway, friends are friends. And yeah, thank you, friends, once again for being here. And I hope you're getting some good information here. And also, we're gonna talk about there's something I've heard you talk about, and I love it so much, and it's about laughter in the marriage. Yes, can we touch that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, people who know me know I love to laugh, and I love fun.
Yes.
Whatever I do, if there's no fun in it, I'll be like, I'll be bored. So there has to be fun in your life, right?
Okay.
So if you're married and there's no fun, if you're married and you're not having fun, I think it's time to begin to have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously. You know, in the beginning of our marriage, my husband and I was the intense one. I'm the intense, and he is the like, everything is jokes to him, and I'll be like, who is joking? I mean, I'm not even joking here. Come on, let's be serious. I was a serious one, but and it's. I found out that it was only in marriage that I'm like that.
Oh.
So why? Everybody thinks I'm fun out there, but in the marriage, I'm not. Like, you know, there's no fun in there. And so I started to recognize that, and I started to see that, okay, I need to be the same person there and here, right? So I started to see my husband differently. With he loves to joke a lot,
Yeah.
and sometimes there are some serious things that I want to discuss, and it won't be long before he makes a joke of it or out of it. So I'm always very like, you're never serious, and all that. So I started to realize how to bring his jokes, his laughter into the situation that we are talking about. So I became like that too, kind of. I started to have jokes into serious matters, And so, I mean, so much that he's like, wow, you are changing. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
It's just that you've rubbed it on me now. So nobody's too serious in the relationship as much as we used to be.
Yes.
And so yeah, laughter is very key. And fun is very important. There are very many serious people like me, intense people who like to just deal with things intensely or not find any fun in what they're doing, right?
Yes.
So whenever he comes with his I see it as I saw it, and I still see it as criticisms.
Yes.
And I don't like criticisms.
Yes.
I don't do well with it. And so he'll see something. If there's a book here right now, he'll find something.
Yes.
He'll always find something that is not nice or right about it.
Yes.
And so and I think that, why don't you see something good in, say the good things first, and then you can come back. But then now I just see, okay, you see that. What else do you see?
Yeah, okay.
So I bring that in, and I make the joke real.
Okay, so
together.
There's some you're blessed. Your husband is fun and funny. I've seen you together. You guys are just amazing together, and you practice what you preach. I'm so blessed to know that jokes in your marriage is alive. But what about those couples who don't have any jokes? They are not funny. They are
not fun together.
They are not fun. They have like their own witty way of having fun. They're just quiet. Have you been with a couple? They are like just quiet, just looking, just few words, maybe watching Wheel of Fortune or something like that. They don't find, they don't have that joke or that spark. Where would they start?
Right. When people come, I notice. I usually notice that these are not fun people together sometimes. And so I always prescribe to watch a comedy show.
Okay.
Or some Disney World something that is funny. Mm-hmm. And then they can sit together and draw out from that movie or that show something they can take from it for themselves.
Okay.
And laugh about it.
Okay.
And have fun with it. Yeah. The other thing is that I talk about too is watch yourselves in the mirror. Just stand in front of the mirror together.
Yeah.
And start laughing.
Okay.
You don't have, nothing has to be funny.
Okay.
Just start laughing into the mirror together.
Okay.
And I've seen this couple who did that.
Yeah.
And they could not stop laughing.
Okay.
After that, it was funny. The laughter that they did was actually funny to them.
Oh, yeah.
So the husband said one day after they did that exercise and he was at work and he was remembering that, he was just laughing and the colleague was asking, what's funny? It's like nothing.
Wow.
So he explained to this colleague, and the colleague said, oh, I'm going to try that.
Yeah, I'm thinking of it.
Yeah. Laughter has a lot in it.
Yes.
It's like a medicine.
Yes.
You don't have to wait till somebody makes a joke before you laugh.
Yes.
Some jokes are not even laughable too, right?
Yes.
But when you decide that, okay, this is a medicine.
Yes.
This is an intervention
for
me, for my life, for my marriage, whatever it is that you can use for as intervention
Yeah.
will be well worth it.
Wow.
So, and again, even
Yes.
in therapy,
Yes.
For people who are in depression or anxiety of any kind, you know, when
Yeah.
you have that thing, your
Yeah.
mind is so full of all
Yes.
kinds of things.
Yes.
Stand in the front of the mirror.
Yes.
Start laughing.
Wow.
You don't even have to see
Yes.
anything that's funny, right?
Yeah.
Just start with ha ha,
Ha ha.
ha 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 ha,
Ha 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 ha.
ha ha ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Make a few notes, a few tones that will begin to help you to laugh from your guts,
Wow.
from the inside, and you begin to laugh. By the
Yes.
time you know it, you're laughing at yourself laughing. And you're laughing at yourself laughing at yourself.
Yes.
Because it's joy. It's the
joy.
the happiness.
Yes.
You know, they say that happiness is not about you are successful, now you are happy.
Yes.
Happiness is a choice. You
It's
make a choice to be happy.
That's right.
And it's very key for
Yes.
us because I know there's a kind of a scientific thing about laughter,
Yes.
which we won't go into right now, but it helps the mind
Yes.
to readjust itself.
Yes.
It helps you to actually begin to think differently.
Yes.
It helps you to see life differently. Your perspective will be a little different. It's just one of those things that help you to be a better version of yourself.
Wow, that's good.
So laugh.
Laugh.
You know what I also have been doing for a long time now? When I'm waking up in the morning, I wake up with a smile.
Oh.
Try it one day. Just as you're waking up, just smile.
Wake up with a smile.
Yeah.
Oh,
force the smile, even if you didn't. Like sometimes, you know, you wake up and you know, maybe something woke you up, or you had a dream, or
you're cranky.
You're grumpy and all that. Just forget that.
Yeah.
And start to smile.
Yes.
5 second smile.
5 seconds.
There's something about the movement of the mouth, the movement in your face.
Yes.
The movement in your face actually connects to your mind, to your brain.
Yes.
And it actually produces some kind of joy, emotion for you. If you wake up smiling,
wow,
put a little smile on your face.
That is powerful.
You will see.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, so like on another note, because now we are winding down, friend, and I hope next we'll have Mrs. Marcus. I call her Mrs. Marcus, but she's Yinka. We hope we'll be getting her here more often, and also we will tell you how to connect with her from here on, and she can advise you in your marriage and whatever is going on. You can talk to her about anything at your own time from anywhere in the world. You can connect with her. She's also a mother, and also she's an author. That's one thing I have to tell you. She's not just giving us advice, she practices what she preaches. And she has a book here, and I want her to tell us about her book and what it's all about. And I can tell them you have written, your co-author is your daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, Oluyomi Marcus. Yes. So this is the book that they have written, Walk With Me, A Journey Through Life, Hardship and Joy. So can you please tell us a little bit about this book and what brought it for you guys, for you ladies to decide to write it?
Right. Okay. So in my work as a therapist, people have asked me, what is the secret to a good, healthy marriage?
Yes.
And people have said, oh yeah, communication, yeah, that's fine. Conflict resolution, yeah, yes, it's good. Yes. However, I saw this this post, which I believe so strongly, and it says, the most important thing in the marriage that will make your marriage healthier is deal with your stuff. Deal with the childhood unresolved issues.
Yes.
Deal with the issues that have been eating you up since you were a child.
Yes.
Deal with those things.
Yes.
Address them.
Yes.
Because if you don't address them, they will come out in the marriage so much, so badly, that you will be like, where did that come from? There are some things that you have kept in there that maybe you don't even know that it's still there. And you're acting it out. And you're wondering, why am I behaving this way? This person has been so good to me. Why am I doing this to them in this area of our lives in our marriage, right?
Yes.
And so that is so key, because parents did what they knew best to do.
Yes.
But doesn't mean that the experience of the child goes well with what was done to them, or will be a good result.
Yes.
Because a lot of children, we all make we all have like negative experiences, even though the mother or the father wanted the best for you.
Yes.
However, as a child, you think they're doing the worst things.
Yeah.
And so the child now has all these things in them that they have not been able to process. I believe that the most important thing that makes a marriage work is address those childhood issues.
Okay.
Because if you don't, you will
Yes.
be a child for the rest of your life.
Wow.
So, coming back to the book.
Yes.
My daughter, when I was doing my parenting as I knew it, the way my father did, and everybody else in my life, and she was busy writing poetry, writing poems about her experiences, her emotional traumas that I put her through, and all of that. So and other people's experiences, her friends, and she was writing all these things. And so later on in her life, she showed me the thing. And she didn't just show me, it was her school, the final year of high school. The teacher asked everyone to do a project, a special private personal project that they like, whatever they like. So she brought out the book and what she's been writing for years, and she took it to the teacher that she wanted to publish it. And the teacher was excited, right? And so anyway, she found the courage to tell me about it. And of course, I was driving her back and forth, the publisher and all that, who actually helped to publish it free.
Wow.
It was amazing. Anyway, so so she published the poems, and each time I read some of the poems, I kind of know when it happened.
Okay, so can you please, I'm going to ask you from your own voice to read for you day 14, and lovely. I have it opened.
Okay. All right.
So
she published it, and then she said, "Mom, why don't you, as a counselor, just do something, write something about each poem, as if you're counseling the person who wrote it." Right? And also bring something, an idea or a suggestion for this person who wrote the thing. So the book is about every day has a poem and something from the counselor. And of course some scripture, Bible reading. So this one is day 14, because it's a daily journal, devotion. So it says, the unlovely. I tread these desert roads alone, concealing all that remains of me, bruised and unwanted, like useless gold, masking all that I hold, my heart downcast and shattered, my spirit confused and battered, all I believed in torn away, Every dream I hold turns gray. I stand alone in isolation and search for an invisible God, pulled away from his loving arms, where I once felt secure and calm, my spirit slowly growing weak. Lord, it is you that I seek.
Wow.
Yeah, and each one just gives you
Wow, friends.
feeling
That's
unwanted.
just one
Yeah.
of those poems. How many times this can speak? I can see myself in this. This can speak volume to anyone. And it's also a workbook. It's a daily devotion and it has pages like this. You can make it as a workbook. And maybe if you have daughters or son, you can share, even a sibling, you can share with them and you can reflect, you can do your reflection throughout the week. And also, not just speak that, it's also in English and Spanish. So you can have, if you don't speak, or if you prefer Spanish, you can have a copy in Spanish, or you can have it in English, and you can build your relationship with the ones you love through that.
And you can get it on Amazon.
Okay, there you can get it on Amazon. And again, it's Walk With Me, and you can see there is a clear shot. You can find it on Amazon as well. And that is a special gift that we have from Dr. Yinka. And my friend, it's around Christmas. We're almost coming to Christmas. So for the first 5 people who will subscribe to Upya TV, I'll get this book to you. I'll find a way to get it to you. Okay. Ooh. It's a gift from me to you. We want this marriage to work. We want families to work. Also now, Mrs. Yinka, I want you to tell them where to find you and how, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, because people are struggling in this town, in everywhere around the world. I know you do sessions with people even from overseas. You help them through marriages. Can you please give them their contact, your contacts?
Okay, so first of all, is the website, hopealive.ca, www.hopealive.ca. You can find us on Instagram, hopealive, enjoy. And we're also on Facebook.
Yes.
So anytime you just put Hope Alive there, you will see something at least of maybe it's my face you'll see or something else. But yeah, so those 3 places you can get a hold of us, and email admin@hopealive.ca. You can email me, and I always check my emails every time. So yeah, I will be expecting to connect with you in whichever way you like.
Okay. And also, not to forget, there is a YouTube channel, Hope Alive. Please subscribe and follow them. And also, you can get some really good marriage tips in there. There's some topics where Dr. Yinka, her husband, is there, and other couples, and they discuss the challenging issues in depth. So, in depth. So, you can join them there, and please subscribe. Thank you so much, viewers. I welcome you once again to Upya TV. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and we pray that your marriage will be blessed, your relationship with your children will be blessed, and everything that you'll be doing will be blessed. God bless you, and see you next time. Kwaheri. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. See you again.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah. God bless you guys. Bye.